In the aftermath of one of the most ruthless, diabolical attacks in the Naruto franchise, where Inoki sacrificed the last 6 brain cells he had, turning into Ninja Antonio Brown, and Madara showed us not only could he box, but he got a bag too. Unlike some people, he also shows us that he has no mercy. Just like the producers who be making Montoya watch his girl get rearranged on a daily basis. As ironically, he starts bringing out mad wood with the deep forest emerges, sending it straight to the group. And they can't do nothing but look at it like they never seen this much wood before or something. But of course, Naruto got that bailout Hall of Fame badge, so Kurama gives him chakra, letting him be able to spam shadow clones like he just about to jump the forest, until they start bringing out giant Rasengans that go in destroying every tree in sight. And you know Madara seeing somebody strong is geeked. Bro think he Goku, but now the clone's chakra tank is on E, leaving Inoki to say that he'll take care of it from here. That CTE already kicked in, bro done lost his mind. And he only got one eye open too. That headshot got thinking he an Uchiha. But Madara remembers that this man is a fraud, just like back in the day. And you could just tell by the sniffer he got on him. Bro look like he can smell what I'm thinking about having for dinner. And I ain't even had it yet. But while he and Gar decide that they about to pack Madara up now, my goat hit that turnaround, itching to throw some hands too. And just look at her. That girl is ready. But unfortunately, Tsunade is not the only glass of milk here, cause it look like they serving some chocolate today. And I just gotta say, the right Kage is a better man than me. But we move. He tells Maui to get ready so she can teleport him and Tsunade to the battlefield. And 10 seconds later, they up out of there. As we see Mei surrounded by 3 dudes like this the casting couch, as we find out they can use flying Raijin, which they're about to use to send Mei off to the battlefield too. But meanwhile, Madara and Kabuto go leaping at the squad just to catch a Tsunade foot to the face, sending bro flying back, while Kabuto kicks a mean right to the gut, sending him booming into the ground, while Madara lands like nothing happened. But then Mei pulls up too, meaning that the 5 Kage of the ninja world are assembled. And immediately Tsunade gets to healing Gaara and Inoki after she already healed herself from the teleportation, which means she finna go into this fight not even with full chakra. She really built different for real. And so then A starts charging up and Mei blasts a lava monster jutsu that goes chasing down Madara on his wood like he need to go to the clinic before he say that garbage ain't even worth his time. Till A sneaks up rocking him as Mei follows up with round 2, swallowing him up in lava like me anytime I play Minecraft. Except of course this demon just starts to pull out his Susano'o, making A line up a chop, smacking him right in the middle. But I'm sorry to break it to you, buddy, this is not Sasuke. As he dips out of there and Mei keeps spamming trying to drown bro. And me personally, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, till it goes booming and out pops Madara with his skeletal Susano'o that goes smacking the ground, making him jump back as Madara yeets a Magatama that goes straight into sand. And just look at Naruto's dumbass. Bro doing all this and he just a shadow clone. Like bro, go home. You lost. They done told you about 3 times that they got this under control, and now you sitting here looking stupid. As you see, it's actually a stone golem with a mom-shaped layer of sand on his back, because the geezer of the stone and the demon of the sand are back, baby. Just for Madara to come booming down with swords, destroying the golem, making Gaara send even more sand towards him that Madara just stares at disgustingly, like he just disrespected his whole bloodline or something, as he just smashes that too, till Gaara goes flying up, wrapping bro in sand in record time, trying to rebuild that pyramid that ain't even worked the last time he did it against the damn gremlin. So of course, Madara just busts through before we see Mei start spraying out mist, before Kabuto go jumping in front of him like he tough or something. Like buddy, don't act like we forgot how Sasuke walked right past you like a bitch when he packed up your daddy. So then A and Inoki dip just to pop back in, rocking his ass, sending him back to the moon. No gunner. But they going for the combo as Tsunade pop in front of the Susano'o, blowing its guts out. Literally. Got Madara shook and sending his big ass sliding back in the dirt. And it is at this point where Kishimoto fools us. He showed us them working this man without even being at full strength, which makes me think this finna be light work, even giving them the confidence to tell about them the biggest lie in the series. We'll win. And Naruto done fell for his own move, getting taught no jutsu into believing it too, as he poofs out of there. Bro does not know. So then we start the fight with the Inoki making a golem and Madara just looking up like, that's it? Man, they ain't got shit on Hashirama. As ironically, he uses Hashirama's bag, tying bro up in wood and then giving us his cocky ass smirk. Bro having the time of his life beating up on an elderly dwarf and a disabled black man. This guy is sick, as he uses the trees to crush it into pieces before bringing out more that goes for the rest of the squad. And for some reason, they got Tsunade still back here healing the trashiest one here, when she the strongest one. Disrespecting the granddaughter of Madara's daddy is kinda crazy. But regardless, the wood stops and we see the flowers on it start farting up pollen everywhere as the Kage float in the sky, wondering what's going on. This was not in the scouting report, as even behind them, bro pops back up in the Susano'o and coming down with a mean slap, sending everybody free falling back first through a tree and into Gaara's natural habitat, as Madara jumps on top of this rock like he King Kong before blasting a crazy fireball that's cooking everybody, including Mei, the person who can literally shoot out lava. So trash. So now she can't even perform a jutsu, as everybody gets put in the dirt like it's nap time, with Mei looking the worst, down there face first looking like a Christmas tree from the back. But as you can see, ironically the old man of the group is the one still up, except his little ass falls down too, meaning the so-called strongest is alive all got cooked by some hot pollen. You know what, man? I've seen enough. Give me Naruto over the 5 Kage, bro. 1v5, he got it. Until we get a flashback of Madara bullying Inoki again, giving him the high school revenge imp, letting him get to start to get back up and start a crazy dismantling jutsu, literally disintegrating a fat chunk of the trees, as he just sits there floating in the air, holding it like he just about to say fuck it and pack up the whole planet too. If I can't win, nobody will. But instead, now all the Kage start to get back up too, after getting saved by somebody who's the same age as everybody who America votes as president, until we see Madara slowly start to turn around, revealing Hashirama's face on this man's chest, which is just insane Drake levels of glazing. Like this wasn't even his role model or something. This was literally the man that beat your ass for decades, and you decide to give him your chest just so you can use his wood? That's crazy! So of course, Tsunade is pissed, cause technically that means her DNA is on his chest too, and she know better than that, so she can't let it slide. And ironically enough, Madara didn't had Hashirama's DNA pumping in him so long, he could even sense that Tsunade is related to him, making him decide that she gonna be the first one he takes down, which just shows off even more fraudulent behavior. Bro couldn't beat Hashirama, so now he decided to take it out on his granddaughter just because. Grown ass man with no shame, you hate to see it. But then to make it worse, he goes on a whole rant straight glazing Hashirama for no reason, before ending it off calling Tsunade a weak woman. Like buddy, you have no idea how good Tim Duncan was! And that right there is where we draw the line. It is not the 50s no more, Unc. It's the big 25. But besides all that, that's the GOAT you talking to. The woman with the genes of the same man you willingly put inside your body. Through which hole? I have no idea. So then Tsunade steps up, not letting none of that shit slide. And the other Kage, especially Gaara, is like, is this nigga serious? Before we see her hair and cloak start blowing in the wind, giving her an aura boost, as she walks up, spreading them legs like she MJ, and then starts turning on the 100 healings, ready for the fade. And the Kage are flabbergasted. They ain't seen this much aura since the summit, as she goes launching forward, going straight into his Susano'o ribcage, making it start to crack. But of course, this guy Madara has no concern. Bro's only comment was, wow, she's slower than the right Kage, meaning bro is not phased, before also saying that she is stronger than the right Kage, making him jump back, blasting a fireball that gets countered by Mei, finally doing something till she combos the wall into a dragon that sends him right into A and Inoki, breaking his back as Tsunade shatters the ribcage, sending his ass flying back through a tree and into a wall, as we go in to see bro posted up, instantly folding, saying that she is indeed not weak. And even though bro was just getting tossed around like a salad, he still go right back to glazing Hashirama. Wow. Like at this point, I think bro finna have the baby. This is almost as bad as Naruto with Sasuke, I'ma be honest. And for some reason, they decide to show us Tsunade's ex. Let me say that again. Ex. As she bodies Madara, blowing off about half of this man's body like he told you, sending him back to his man Hashirama. As Gaara wastes no time starting up the seal, making another whack ass pyramid. While she down here hype as hell, man, you love to see it. Actually a beautiful way to end off Madara, man. Putting up a good fight versus all 5 Kage, just to eventually lose to the amped up granddaughter of the one man he could never beat, Peak. But that also means the last villain is this bum meat rider Kabuto. So low-key, bring Madara back, bro. As Tsunade gets obliterated straight through the guts, sending the whole squad into shock. So as I wipe the tears from my eyes, we see her getting lifted up and this man Madara rising from out of nowhere, because whole time, they just sealed a wood clone. Before we see the GOAT cut the sword in half, push it out her guts, grab it, and slam it into Madara's ribcage. Like, let's go, bruh. I knew she couldn't go out that easy. Only Jiraiya would fall to some weak shit like that. Just for Madara to pull back out the Magatama beads, going right back into her stomach, send her flying and booming into a rock. But we all know that is not enough. As she comes out from under the rock and healing herself up like she had a damn C-section, till Inoki pops in out of nowhere, blasting particle style right at Madara. That of course, he just absorbs with the Rinnegan. And honestly, I'm sick of it. So I got a question. Do y'all think if they fought regular Madara without Hashirama cells, so no Rinnegan, and without Kurama, that they'd have a reasonable chance at winning? And I know the fight not over yet, but even the thing you talking about right now, he can't do without the wood clones. So I just gotta know what y'all think. Now that other big thing he got, yeah, they're cooked. But as you can see, he likes to warm up first. So do y'all think he could get snuck before that? I don't know. But anyway, we end up finding out that the dismantling jutsu he got hit with earlier was Mickey, because he got hit on purpose just to show off his Hashirama tech, which again is crazy glaze, because no way he thought that shit was gonna make them give up, especially with them knowing Hashirama was beating that ass. As we find out that they did press him enough to make him use a substitution earlier, which he wouldn't have normally. So really, this fight kinda even, not gonna lie. 5v1 ain't too crazy at all. That's a normal jumping. Totally fair. So fair in fact that this menace decides to bring out 25 wood clones, meaning 5 for you, 5 for you, 5 for you, 5 for you, and 5 for you, my boy. Gagara posted up like a black special. What? And they can't even be mad either, because it's the same thing they was doing to him. That is until he poses the question.
Would you prefer for all of these clones to use Susano'o against you, or not?
Oh my gosh, they are so cooked. This is a demon. He talking mad shit, but the worst part is, he can back it up. Bro, it's the Michael Jordan of the Naruto verse, man. That's the GOAT. And so of course, things are not going too well, as we see Susano'o's walking down and smacking Mei, sending her trash ass flying, almost catching a nasty hook, except Gar saved her, as he's surrounded by 3 of them, before he blocks one sword, and then Ashley moves out of the way, dodging the other 2, which might be the craziest thing I done seen all fight. I don't know if I ever seen this man dodge an attack before, but anyway, he still gets swatted and sit bouncing right beside Mei, as they just stare at all 10 Susano'os they gotta fight. And yeah, look at her face. She might as well go home now. We can already see she is not built for this. The lights are definitely too bright. I guess they really just be letting anybody be Mizukage. But in the Leaf, we build different. As you see Tsunade with literally 2 swords in her stomach, I'm not even making a joke out of that, coming down, rocking the Susanoo in the back of his neck, as the Raikage literally out here catching Susanoo punches with one hand and having a whole conversation while he doing it, telling Tsunade to slow her ass down before she end up with Jiraiya for real. And she like, nah, I'm finna go crazy. Can't nobody stop me, before just imploding, getting put on all 4s, coughing up ketchup. This really do be fake demons. But that lets Madara catch the Raikage off guard, snatching him up and putting him in a genjutsu. But bro really could have just ended him right then and there. This man is pure evil. But then he drops him down and the Susanoo starts cocking back a sword till a hand comes from out the ground, saving him from a 5-sword meet and greet, like they were trying to compare sizes. I promise you, bro, 5 was not necessary. This is really true unadulterated animosity on display right now. As we see the head pop back up, dropping A off beside Inoki as he releases him from the genjutsu. And we see Madara up here posted up, watching this massacre like he Crollo, just enjoying the show. As all the Kage gather back together with the Susanoos walking up like some damn titans, until Inoki loads up and Tsunade, already knowing what to do, gets right behind him. She must have learned this from Jiraiya. Except she starts giving him chakra and he shoots off this little ass geometry dash square that turns into a huge cube, packing up about half of Madara, before Inoki opens it up for a damn lightning water dragon to go flying through, that Madara starts absorbing, just to see Gaara's sand wrapping around him, and he slowly actually starts getting sealed, until of course it becomes that time, Uchiha time, as he busts out of it, charging up, leaving the Kage in pure disbelief. as we finally see the perfect Susano'o just towering over him before he starts unsheathing his sword, literally slicing up mountains on accident, and they're not even close to him. And then this man got the nerve to say,
It's just me. So after all this, the maps will only need to be redrawn a little bit.
like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with him? Bro is a demon. But then it gets worse. Inoki starts crying and asking was bro holding back earlier, and this man Madara says,
What adult would go full force when fighting mere children?
absolute ludicrous levels of disrespect that personally I wouldn't go for. I would have hit him with the as he then starts walking him down until Inoki puts his size 4 foot forward and starts up the pep talk. But at this point, I'm not hearing that shit, because Madara then says his Susanoo literally has the power to, with one stroke of his sword, destroy all things in the universe. So I'm sorry, but what is Sandboy and Water Girl gonna do with that? We not even gonna bring up the punch merchants. Let's just pack our stuff up and go home, man. Let's just go home. As he cocks back his sword, and as he comes down, it starts to dissipate. And even Madara can't believe it. But the king of 1v1s done packed up Kabuto, therefore ending the reanimation jutsu. Also meaning that Tsunade's ex has one more chance to say goodbye as he goes flying over. But looking at this, I have to wonder how bro died, because this ability is crazy. This man is the only person in the series with them ghost transformation, just for him to probably die of an explosion like Tsunade's trash ass little brother. And speaking of, we go back to her giving the mysterious person who stopped the reanimation crazy glaze, which was well deserved, because honestly, nobody else would have been able to do what Itachi did, unless you say Naruto was just finna talk no jutsu. But the scary part about all this is that Madara sounds just as calm as ever, with his goated voice actor, before he goes leaping towards him, shooting fireballs to get packed up by Tsunade. But in exchange, that 100 healings is gone. But out pops Madara and down goes Tsunade until this regenerates, pulling out the Susanoo and trying to end the Senju bloodline. Before out of nowhere, we see her get saved and go jumping away, and by none other than Dawn, her ex, who was able to blitz Madara, by the way. Just putting that out there. And meanwhile, nothing important happens while they in here for real. Just something we are not gonna talk about. As you see the Byakugo seal come back, making Madara question if she got chakra from somebody. But she got a little more than that, buddy. Might have to pull out the Switch. No Nintendo. But she friend zones bro, saying she was just talking to an old friend. And this menace Madara like, oh word? Well, you'll be with them again soon enough. So yeah, put bro in the Trash Talk Hall of Fame. I've seen enough. As he then tells us that a reanimated body can release itself from the reanimation jutsu if they weave the right songs, which makes me beg the question, how did he learn the songs? He had to have got them from Tobirama, right? Unless Kabuto just engraved it into bro's brain, which would be dumb knowing this lunatic could just break free and murk him anytime he wanted. Unless of course that weirdo Zetsu was snitching. But anyway, then Madara officially releases his animation, and now we see Mei looking like she finna cry. Guess she never is gonna get married after all. Even though knowing her, the husband would have probably been 16 anyway. But now Madara says he's getting bored. There's something else that's piquing his interest. Something with 9 tails. Giving Inoki flashbacks of him swearing to Naruto that they finished bro off. Shout out low. So he goes flying towards Madara, fiending for the fade. And this pathetic excuse for a Kage is like, no, we can't stop him. This is pointless. Like, y'all finna die regardless. At least have some shame. And man, they should have listened to me. But you know, Tsunade clutched up for him again, you know, just putting that out there. But anyway, since Naruto chooses now of all time to steal, thinking he JR, Hashirama gotta clutch up again, spamming down deity gates to keep this menace tied down. And if you go in and look at him, bro not even regenerating. Meaning the same attack that was one-shotting Kakazu and Pain bodies don't even scratch this demon. So realizing he in a completely different tier than these bums, Madara does his sinister ass grin. It was a good series while it lasted, folks. But meanwhile, we see Sakon flying in with Naruto till they jump off and immediately start up a seal, sending tigers at Madara as he tells us that Naruto choosing to talk no jutsu Obito robbed us of seeing Sage Mode Madara versus 6 past Obito, which is completely irredeemable. Like, do y'all understand how tough that fight would have been? One of the strongest and smartest niggas of all time trying to be the Temu Sage of 6 pass. meaning we would have finally seen this man go all out. Cause I'ma be honest, he should probably lose, but you kinda need bro for the plot, so who knows what Kishimoto would have pulled out of his ass. But instead you're telling me we got talk no jutsu? Anyway bro, we go back to Obito getting completely covered in the Zetsu symbiote as the tiger bites down on Madara, but of course, they were too slow. Because then they cast the Rene rebirth and Madara says he'll finally get to fight for real, before smoke just blasts out covering the screen until we see Madara looking down at his hand like, oh yeah, I'm back. Except thank God it was not gonna be that easy, because all of a sudden we see both of his Rinnegan start to slowly crumble away, leaving him with straight black like a Dr. Umar meet and greet, before he gets sniped with flames like somebody started reading the Bible around King Von, making bro turn around hitting us with the side eye, but with no eyes. This might be one of the first times I've seen delusional aura forming, as we see the prince himself pulling up on an Uber, cooking his as Madara sits here enjoying the flames like a woman taking a shower, just having the time of their life getting cooked alive. Until we see him drop off his clothes and armor too, making me think Hashirama pulling back up. But instead, now he is flame free, meaning now would be the perfect time to shoot him again. But instead, he gives us a yap session, flexing his Hashirama tag right in front of the inspiration, before he bites his own wrist, squirting out ketchup and then clapping his hands together, while Hashirama sit here frozen in awe, since them ride back shots he took got him stuck. Until Madara rushes in, smacking Naruto, giving bro MJ levels of hang time, leaving side dumbass sitting here shook. And I don't even gotta show y'all what happened to his trash ass, but I will anyway, because Madara drifts in, hitting a beautiful 720 kick to the side, and they both go booming into the ground, leaving one person left that he puts into a nasty chokehold, thinking he the Undertaker, as he starts sucking out all of his chakra. This man has no shame. And we see he even absorbs all this man's sage chakra, you know, the stuff that makes you able to fight with your eyes closed. Yeah, that. As finally Sasuke comes flying down, blitzing in, airballing a sword swing, before rushing in again, going 0 for 2 like Jimmy Butler in the finals. Before he spin back, spazzing, making Madara start breakdancing, until he put on a GoPro, letting us see Sasuke spamming the same 2 moves over and over again, looking like part 1 Naruto, and Madara just weaving as effortlessly as possible, until Sasuke loads up, making Madara hit a Simone Biles level routine, flipping out of there, till Sasuke presses him right as he lands, putting the sword straight through his bicep, and letting this psychopath just catch it like he feels no pain. You are not Nagato. Until we hear this man say that he can sense that Sasuke has a Mangekyo Sharingan, which honestly is a little too crazy for me to even believe. Except then he says he can sense the pattern of the Mangekyo he got too. Like bro, what the fuck? No wonder he couldn't beat that man Hashirama. Bro got powers that literally don't even make sense. What do you mean you can sense the pattern in my eye? But to make it worse, then he says that he might have to take Sasuke's eyes, just until he gets his back, which honestly makes so much sense that we know it's not gonna happen. But speaking of Oz, we go back to see Zetsu going for Obito's Rinnegan before almost getting jumped, begging him attach himself to the victim, giving them no way to clap him unless they clap Obito too. And that's a 2-man I would not want to participate in. As we go back to, instead of robbing bro, Madara proposes to Sasuke that they team up as Uchihas, not realizing he just got done teaming up with the superior Uchiha a little while ago. So he disrespectfully says no, leading him to blast a crazy fire jutsu, sending Naruto into the air as he just disappears, somehow not getting caught by Sasuke before something booms by the army, until we see Madara just step on the body, starting to absorb the Nine-Tails chakra from him, just up here chilling, as we get one of the cleanest face-offs in the series, Madara versus the world. Except the NPCs waste no time getting their trash asses out the way, leaving us with the big boys, the tail beasts versus the ghosts of the Uchiha, until Madara launches himself, coming straight at Gaara before they spawn in hella sin, as Shukaku blows crazy, letting Madara catch more rounds than Mia Khalifa. Except unlike her, Madara says it lacks in finishing power, as he goes flying back in like nothing happened before Gaara does something, freezing bro in his tracks, as we go in to see sand in his bloodstream, about paralyzing him, set him up for the easy lob as Madatabi pops in and smacks bro like a home run, sending him bouncing off Isabu and into the ground, and then the air like a damn squib kick, as we see Goku in the air charging up and kicking man's right back down to Koku, who headbutts him, putting bro higher up than Snoop Dogg, until Tomei goes flying by, smacking him down into this nasty ass mysterious liquid. Like goddamn! They just hit this man with a 16-hit Storm 4 combo. Had him bouncing around like a damn pinball just to end up in whatever this freak just secreted on the ground. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta look at you a little different, cause I definitely know somebody who would not get done like that.
Sir.
But then we see Shukaku Sense of Sand pouncing on a Madara and starting up the Grand Sand Mausoleum that we all know is not finna work. Except the seal closes and Shukaku says bro will never get fresh air again. So hey, maybe I'm wrong. Y'all know better. Because then out pops the Susano'o sword, slicing through enough for it to start pulling itself out, leaving all the beasts looking at it in pure disbelief. And I don't even blame him, because now you telling me bro can use his Susanoo without eyes? More specifically, the Sharingan? Alright bro, Kishimoto clearly is picking favorites. As you see the Susanoo jump up and go flying over everyone, landed way back here, before we see him say they off and to get collars because they are not escaping. And at this point, I believe about everything this man say. He got more plot armor than Naruto. And speaking of, he pops up in KCM2 blowing his back out and spiking bro into the ground as all the tail beasts come running forward like fat people running for some free food. As they all one by one get their tails ready before destroying this man with a 9-in-1 special attack like some men's body wash. Except Kurama says that they were close, probably meaning they didn't 100% get him. As you see his arm go flying across the sky before Madara himself lands and goes sliding back, standing up like a damn superhero entrance. Until out of nowhere, that freak Zetsu starts appearing from the ground, lifting his arm that Madara slices off with no mercy like a damn psychopath, before just attaching it to himself like he a Barbie doll or something. And then we see him put in his new Rinnegan, showing off that top tier plot armor yet again, because his ass was just getting tossed around like a salad. And you telling me right then and there at that perfect timing, Zetsu was able to find the Rinnegan that was hidden away. And obviously he didn't just, oh, I know where it is, Madara, let me go get it right now, because he would have had it as soon as Madara revived. But I digress. As you see this Orochimaru variant start licking his own ketchup and then just bust out laughing like a maniac until, like the crackhead he is, he just locks back in and then spreads some on his hand and smacks the ground, starting a summoning. And we see the whole Gedo statue come out of Obito. And since this is not part 1 no more, Demon Kakashi wastes 0 time trying to calm me bro right back out of there before it just poofs away as it appears on the battlefield, but with his right arm missing, leading us back to Obito as we see Zetsu going for his Rinnegan too, except he stops because Obito could not let that happen. Bro is a S tier gatekeeper, I gotta respect it. As he even tells Kakashi to destroy it, so there's no chance Madara gets the double Rinnegan stat boost. So instead, Madara goes jumping onto the statue where he cast Limbo, one of the most OP attacks in the series. I don't care what you gotta say. But while we're here, this means Madara bringing down meteors was either just a regular ass ability, which is insane, or Kishimoto just gave bro multiple Rinnegan abilities, which at this point, I wouldn't even doubt. But so now out of nowhere, he smacks Madatabi, Goku, Saiki, Isubu, Kokuo, Chome, Shukaku, Gyuki, and Kurama, getting his get back for that combo they got off earlier. You know bro wasn't letting that slide, putting all they big asses on the ground from one punch. Bro might be Saitama. Until he starts up another jutsu, shooting out the chains from the Gedo statue. They go wrapping around every single tail beast one by one with about damn negative difficulty. And at this point, they asses is grass because ain't nobody else coming to save the day. Like I dead ass have no idea where Sasuke's scary ass is at. But ducking the fade is crazy. As we then see him start pulling in Gyuki and Kurama until we find out that he gotta take them in order, giving them a little bit more screen time. Shout out Kurenai. So we see Gaara sitting up some hands, grabbing the chain, getting Shukaku in his feelings a little bit, realizing somebody might actually care about his ugly ass. So because of that, then we see Madara load up his Susanoo, just having no mercy, and launching Magatama beads that Shukaku blocks from hitting Gaara, meaning they should be good, right? Wrong, nigga. This is the plot armor king we talking about. Because somehow the beads start spinning, going cutting through the chains around the sand arms before just reattaching around them like nothing happened. Like Kishimoto, relax. At this point, it's looking like you finna have the baby. Every 2 minutes, you pulling out a brand new ability out your ass just to save this man. As we see the bead even smack Gar up out of there, before we see all the tail beasts each getting dragged away until Gyuki cuts off a tail and Naruto goes flying back inside Kurama, making him start to tell Gar a plan. But just look at bro's face. He is not built for it. I'm not relying on nobody who looking at me like this in this kind of situation. As eventually, Naruto goes flying out of the avatar, making his heart thump. And it seemed like that it's all but over until Gar catches him out the sky, and we look over to see every single tail beast one by one be sucked into the Gedo statue, meaning that any chance they had of winning this is gone. Unless you think Sasuke actually finna stop ducking, but as we all know, especially me, the Uchiha most definitely do be ducking from phase. But anyway, we go back to Zetsu breaking his neck talking to Madara, cooking him for taking too long as we get some crucial info. Alright, come here, listen close. Black Zetsu's nickname is Wicked Tongue.
What?
Now hold that thought, hold on. White Zetsu's name is Wagging Tongue.
What the
And hold on, wait. Guess who invented these freaks? No. Madara Uchiha himself. I'm trying to tell y'all, that man's a freak. He be trying to hide it with the ore forming, but that man's a freak. And we all know there is at least one person who do not stand for this tomfoolery, as Tobirama go in for the same move that bodied Madara's brother. But bruh, just look at the weave. Excellent flexibility combined with the impeccable foot placement, allowing an optimal counter advantage if he sees fit. As he knocks the kunai into the air, spawns in the rod, then airballs as Tobirama teleports. Set him up for the Minato special. Oh, that boy clean. Like father, like son, for real. Except, instead of watching that, we go to Gar holding on to a barely breathing Naruto zooming across that sexy ass moon. Got me wanting to act up. Weird. But you know who else wanna act up? Not Tobirama, cause bro laying on the ground violated, looking like he took more back shots than Ichigo, as Madara fries him for letting these teenagers do all the work. And he low-key right. I did as forgot bro existed because he been ducking for so long. But once again, I gotta ask, where is Sasuke? Literally 5 minutes ago he was pressing Madara, then bro jumped away, and we ain't seen that little since. Until ironically enough, we see this man just coasting through the air on his hawk, completely unnecessary because like I said, Madara jumped away. He ain't teleport or nothing. Literally, Naruto was right there with him and he pulled back up like 2 minutes later. So I have no idea what bro has been doing. As we find out, it's because this geezer Hashirama wanted to give bro a lecture like this a college class before offering him some chakra and a jutsu for the freeski. Nice. As we go back to Madara lining up and sniping Tobirama in the forehead with another rod, just as a get back for his Uchiha brethren. But y'all know Tobirama was not taking that from his kind, as he spits out needles to get blocked with the Susano'o, as Sasuke jumps off his battle bus and comes flying down till his sword hits the ground and we see him just frozen in the air, leaving Sasuke perplexed as Madara equips the sword, walking up to him, and shockingly enough, Tobirama tries defending Sasuke as Madara lines up the sword, going right into the Prince of the Uchiha. Meaning just like that, the Mickey Mouse run is over. Almost 700 episodes, and he dies to a simple sword through the chest by the ghost of the clan he's been trying to restore for the entire series. Ironic, isn't it? But the worst part is, it's not even over, because then we see the Buddha statue loading up with this wannabe main villain Zetsu standing on top of it before he starts beating the ground until the right Kage pops up, bodying a hand before getting smacked and sent bouncing like Shannon Sharp on LeBron. And so we see that May trash ass getting waxed too, but that don't even surprise me. All that matters is my GOAT down here ready to clutch up again, and man oh man, I got something. But then it loads up every single chakra nature, which is honestly crazy because I thought bro just threw hands. So Madara was fighting this demon and Hashirama at the same time like a madman. But back to it, hears and sees this and just makes shadow clones that cancels out all of the attacks, no problem. And peeking around the corner is Team Taka with Orochimaru, who probably looking for his next victim right now. Until Karin starts tweaking, saying something happened to Sasuke. And at that same time, Kiba realizes something happened to Naruto, as Gar comes flying down in front of the medical ninja to get Sakura to help heal him, as they keep on flying. Before we go back to the Gedo statue disappearing and Sasuke face planting into the ground. But just like the good old days, he gets a flashback of Itachi, making him try to get back up. and falls back down. But he starts crawling in such a pathetic display that Madara just walks off as Sasuke lies against the rock as an homage to Obito, just fighting to survive, with Sakura trying her absolute hardest to save Naruto. But it's looking like it won't be enough.